Hello everyone, welcome to Good Morning Tarot. Now, this is a general reading and it is open to all zodiac signs. So just take what resonates with you. It is also timeless, so anytime you find yourself watching this video, there might be a message here for you. Now, let's try to see what is the main energy at the start of the day. Okay, we have here the Three of Cups. Celebration with friends. I think this is a very good time for you to spend more time with people who mean a lot in your life, to recognize them, to celebrate the present moment with them. Maybe you might have been too concentrated in your career or your work or your studies that you no longer have time to spend with people whom you care for and people who truly care and understand you. So maybe this is the time for you to take a short break and also spend time with these significant people in your life. Now let's try to see how this will further unfold. Well, there will be a closing of a chapter. There's something with regards to spilled cups. Okay, maybe this is the time for you to reassess your relationships. Those relationships that are beneficial to you and those relationships that are detrimental to your personal growth. Now, you see here, there are two choices here. Cups that are upright and cups whose wine are spilled. Somehow, this can symbolize relationships that are, no matter how you try to save it, it's already water under the bridge. So you might have to let go of some relationships and preserve some, those that are upright, those that are beneficial to you, those that can help you in your present life journey. So I feel right now it's time for you, there is a need for you to reassess your relationships. So that is what we can see here right now. Now there will always be sorrow, but we can always learn from the relationship. We can always take with us the lessons we have learned and then we move forward. There might be also a need for you to do some personal healing, some personal nurturing as you leave behind the past relationship that is no longer helpful to you. So there's a need for you to spend more time alone, maybe to do the things that you've always wanted to do but you were not able to do because of the demands of the previous relationship that is no longer beneficial to you. Maybe it's time for you also to somehow nurture yourself a little bit more. Sometimes when we are in a relationship, we are sometimes we give and give and give to the relationship, and we sometimes tend to forget taking care of ourselves. So right now, maybe this is also a good time for you to nurture yourself and also to be among those who support you and who understands you no matter what. These are the persons that you can celebrate life with. People who will stay with you whether you are in good weather or in challenging moments. So these are not just fair weathered friends, but friends who stay with you no matter what. Now, let's try to see what is the advice of the universe for you. Okay, you see here, we have here the star, and the picture of the star shows a person who is doing self-care. So as you leave behind an old relationship that is no longer helpful, you need to heal, and the best way to heal is to nurture yourself. Follow your passions, spend more time alone. Also listen to the bird that is singing behind. Okay, the bird can symbolize the guidance coming from the universe. They can teach us the lessons we need to learn from the past experiences, and at the same time they could guide us also as we open a new chapter in our life. There's a need for you to balance between your inner self and your outer reality. You need to, in order for you to be a cup that is overflowing, in order for you again to be effective, you need to nurture yourself, especially at this time. For some of you, you might need some healing. Now, you are not alone. There are a lot of stars around you, and there's the sun. So the universe is there behind you, accompanying you in your journey. So you need not have to be afraid. At the same time, be honest to yourself. You see here, the person in the star card is naked. He is not afraid, or she is not afraid to be himself or herself. They are not afraid to show what they truly feel and what they truly want in life. So be honest to yourself also. You need to have that transparency towards yourself to tell yourself, okay, this relationship is no longer helpful. I deserve something more. So this is what we have for our Good Morning Tarot. Let us now go to the self-care tip. For our self-care tip, the message comes from Norman Vincent Peale, and the message is, change your thoughts and you change your world. Well, when we try to relate it to our tarot reading for today, if we are able to realize that we deserve a loving relationship, an unconditional kind of relationship, then we change our world also. We do not settle for anything less than a loving relationship. So somehow I feel, because when we look at the card we had there, the Five of Cups, wherein 3 cups are spilled and 2 cups are upright. The spilled cups are the ones that are getting the attention of the person instead of the 2 upright cups. So somehow there is a need for the person to have a paradigm shift, to change his or her thoughts, to realize that they deserve much more. They don't have to cry over spilled milk, that they deserve a better relationship. Oftentimes when we fall into an immature kind of relationship wherein it's a one-sided relationship where one keeps giving while the other just receives and doesn't return the love that is given, sometimes we develop a certain codependence wherein we become dependent to the person and the relationship. But when you look at it, it's not a healthy one, and you could deserve something more, wherein there is an equal giving and taking, and there is no abnormal attachment to each other. There is that freedom to come and go, and there is that mutual care for the welfare of the person that is being loved. Now, somehow when we try to relate it to the self-care tip, we need to change our thoughts and make ourselves realize that we deserve a loving relationship and that we should not settle for anything less than that. We shouldn't settle for anything less than a truly loving relationship. We deserve a relationship where both people are mature, both people are giving and sharing what they have, and both receive equally, both contribute equally to the growth of the relationship, and both are always willing to grow. The important thing there is both are willing to grow and both are willing to learn from their mistakes and they move forward. At the same time also, we need to change our thoughts, like we deserve also to have time to nurture ourselves. Sometimes when we are in certain relationships, we put our heart and our mind and our whole being into the relationship that we no longer have time to care for ourselves. That one also is not a healthy kind of relationship. So we need to balance between loving others and loving ourselves. We also need to take a pause also to give emphasis to our relationship. Sometimes some of us are too preoccupied with our career, with our studies, that we no longer have time for the people who truly care, for the people who truly matter in our life. So there are many things that we can change in our life for the better. And I feel that the self-care tip is telling us all we need to do is to change our thoughts, to change, have that paradigm shift that we deserve something better. When we do that, then we also change our world. Well, that's it for our self-care tip. I hope you were able to gain some insights from it and some inspiration to use in your present life situation. Thank you for the likes and comments you've given to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. I hope to see you again soon. Until that time, may God continue to bless your ways.